Completely mounted, starter, 32 horsepower on the wheels there. Top one end here, just to make it
over here. We were putting the clutch and flywheel on. Now it's inside.
Hey guys, welcome back. We're getting even closer today. We're going to be putting the engine back in. We've got the transmission mounted up to the engine now. Finally, like completely mounted. Starter in. We did have to do a little customization to our bracket that we made. It was a little bit too long with the starter in place. You can see the starter isn't made for this transmission, but we've made it work. And once we get the belts on the engine, we're going to be lifting it up and putting it back in the car. Now guys, if you love our builds, please give us a follow. We're on Instagram also, Revs Canada on Instagram. Some links to our personal pages. You see some of the stuff we're doing on the side in our own shops. See some of our past builds on there. Also follow Dakota here, whose car this is.
A Fast Pro.
Is that really going to be fast?
I hope so. I mean,
Let's make it fast, but that's what we do here, right? We make it fast.
I don't know. There's not too much hope right now. Look at this.
It's gonna be almost equivalent to my Hyundai Tucson once it's done. 132 horsepower at the wheels there.
35.
Yeah, 135. Okay, perfect.
So
we have no idea what this thing's gonna push, but we know it's gonna be crazy. Car is light. You know, it doesn't need a whole lot of horsepower to be a super fun car, but we think this thing's gonna push some decent power. So stay tuned.
all right, so let's put the engine back in. Is that what we're waiting for right now?
Let's do it, boys.
Let's finally get the engine in and mount it up and finish the rest of it.
Welcome back, everybody, to Revs here. We're just starting to wrap up this probe here, getting the fuel rails all sorted out. We've had to tap one end here just to make it work. And Dakota's putting the injectors in right now.
You guys know what kind of injectors these are?
I think you probably mentioned that before like 20 times already.
These are very special injectors. These come out of a GTST.
Oh, they're not GTR, so nobody cares.
Very, very proud of his injectors.
550 cc's of pure, raw.
This thing's going to get at least 100.
What's the spray pattern on those?
6743. And then it mixed with an 8932.
Is that your turbo size?
It's capable of
140 horsepower.
yeah, about 140 horsepower if I use E32.
E32, eh?
Yeah.
What about they mess it up and give you E35?
E35?
Yeah.
Can't afford that shit. That's fine. Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Bill with Revs, and here we are with the 1994 Probe GT. As you guys seen last time, the motor was sitting over here. We were putting the clutch and flywheel on. Now it's inside. Now it's mounted up. Now everything's put together. We got the fuel system mocked up. We got a dual feed set up here. 2 in, 2 out, into the fuel pressure regulator, then down to the return line. It's all beautiful. It's all braided. It's all nice. It's all tight. It's beautiful. This is the R33 GTST injector to KLDE wiring harness. We got everything inside. Now it's time for the exhaust mock-up. So stay tuned for that, because that's gonna be one hell of a job, right? AT.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be an interesting job. So what happened with the exhaust manifold that Dakota had bought previously? It was supposed to fit with the probe transmission, but apparently this transmission is a little too big, a little too beefy. So we're gonna have to do a little bit of modifying, making it work. So which is basically what we've been doing around here, making it work.
Yeah. You know what? Ain't nothing a challenge around here. We can do anything.
All right, buddy.
We do them all.
That's what's up. That's what's up. All right. So basically, the motor went in, and you just did the wiring harness, right?
Yeah. So the motor went in. I did all the harness work here. So I put all the wires in, connected most of everything up. You know, figured everything out. We just have to wire these fuel injectors in, which is no biggie. It's just 3 wires. The fuel system's done. The mounts are done. All that's left is we put the exhaust together. We slap the turbo right here, do the turbo plumbing, put my radiator back in, get the cooling all set up, start the car, and hope it actually runs, you know?
Well, when you started the car, not started the car, when you put the key in the ignition, you were able to figure out that the fuel pump kicked in.
Yeah,
You want to
yeah.
talk about that?
Yeah. So the way I figured it out is actually a professional technique. I purposely didn't connect the fuel lines in the
purposely.
back. So when I turned the ignition on and I heard the fuel spilling, I knew the fuel pump worked. So fuel pump works. That's from an R35 GTR. It's inside the gas tank of a Ford Probe. It sprays a lot of fuel.
If you guys are wondering what kind of fuel pump went into this car, an R35 GTR stock pump. It's 195 LPH.
Yeah,
It just clipped right in.
It's beautiful, actually.
And it's actually it's only 195 LPH, but that should be more than enough to power this turbo.
Yeah, we're not gonna go over 400, 450. We're gonna keep it at a good number. So, explain to you guys what had to be done here. There's actually quite a few cars involved in this process. We have the front radiator of a Subaru. We have the intercooler of a Subaru. We have the fuel pump from a GTR, fuel injectors from a GTST. We've got the Toyota transmission. We have a Celica from the 80s clutch. So many different parts here, so many different cars here, so many different pieces here. It was a struggle, a lot of research, a lot of development, a lot of time, a lot of effort. We've been waiting for this day to come, to actually see the motor in the car. It's here. After all of this time, we're almost finished. And it's a good feeling here for all of us because this has been one hell of a project.
So the fuel regulator is in that corner there.
Yes, sir.
Very nice, very nice.
It's very pretty. I love it.
All right, so this is it for this episode. Stay tuned because we're gonna start with the mock-up with the turbo, and we're gonna do all the turbo plumbing and get back at it because there's not much left to it, is there?
No, there's not much left to it. Not much left to it at all. And if anybody wants to make contributions, holla at the Ford Pro OnlyFans.
Oh, that's what's up. All right, peace, y'all.
Peace out.